Google. Let's go get them again.
What's going on, fragrance family? Welcome to new releases for January 2023. Sponsored by Starbucks, double espresso shot. So let's have a drink. So the 2023 releases have been announced. A lot of new releases have been announced. Some already in store, some that are coming out. I wanted to reintroduce this idea. I had this idea back on YouTube in 2011, I believe, that I was announcing new releases. I felt it was a good idea to, not everybody's in tune of what's being released. Yes, you can do a quick Google search. But I axed the idea several months later just because a lot of people were coming on to those videos several months later and commenting that these videos, he doesn't have a bottle. Why is he saying his thoughts on a fragrance that's not even out yet? So I'm going to reintroduce this idea and kind of let you know that I am still going to give you my thoughts. I think that's, you know, anybody that's subscribed to me would like to know what I think of new releases, even before they get released. I'll look at the note breakdown. I'll see what the nose is attached to it. And of course, if it's a flanker, like this thing right here, we're going to talk about one of these, you know, what is the line about? And maybe this will inform some people, help some people on purchasing. If you are interested in this being a monthly video, I'm not going to do this every so often. I used to do one video per release. Now I'm just going to do like one big video a month, I think. If you're interested in that, just please comment below. Let me know that you are interested in this kind of video, and I will continue to publish these. So new year, January 2023. Happy New Year to everybody out there. And there's some releases, of course, that have been released in late December, and of course some that are going to be coming out shortly. And we're going to be talking about these. I'm going to try to give you as much information as I can from my research. I didn't go full on as far as research goes, but and I'm going to be missing some new releases here and there. If I'm going to continue to do these videos, I'm going to probably handpick like 5 to 10 every month, and then talk about them: male, female, unisex. I'm not only going to do designers, you know, going for those clicks. No, I'm going to go with niche, maybe even indie houses. So let's start, and I do have some Invictus flankers in front of me for a reason. Paco Rabanne is releasing a new Invictus. As you can see, I'm not a huge fan of the line. This is all I own. I'm more of a 1 million type of guy. I think you see my 1 million bottles. No, they're down there. Never mind. You won't see them. Maybe you do. Never mind. Anyway, Invictus. They have a new Invictus called Invictus Elixir. So apparently we haven't had enough of Invictus. They still sell, apparently, so they're going to still be doing flankers. The flankers keep coming. Also, I feel like Sauvage Elixir, that name, Elixir, we're going to see a lot of that in the coming future, especially with brands that don't really have, I'm sorry to say, but they don't have a creative director that's creative. They steal ideas. So this one, you're going to see a lot of releases now with blah, 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 top seller, Elixir. So unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. It is a piggyback world. Whatever sells, they're going to do. So this one, apparently Invictus Elixir is going to be a Parfum Intense version. That is more intense version of all Invictuses. So as you can see, I'm not a huge fan of the brand. These are actually two brand new purchases from me that you're going to see videos on. These are my only two that I own. I got the Aqua 2018 release here that I got on Facebook, a used bottle, which was under $30. Might as well for the YouTube channel. And then I got this at a Christmas special, Invictus Legend. This was on the $19.99 rack. Imagine paying full retail for that. And I got it for 20 bucks. So let's take a look at the notes for Elixir. Olibanum, so I'm a fan of incense, so that's a good start. Amber, love it. Tonka bean, love it. And vanilla. Those are the notes that are released from what I saw. Now, those are all good notes, solid notes. This is not a complete note breakdown. There's no way. But with those four notes, that looks promising to me. So my thoughts are well beyond the tacky bottles. I hate these bottles. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to anybody that loves them. I just hate the Invictus line of bottles. The original Invictus is absolutely trash. Sorry, not sorry. That's why I ignored the line for so many years. There's a huge but here in regards to this, because the note breakdown that they have in front of me here, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I want to sniff this one. It's definitely not blind buy worthy in my books. It's not like something I'm going to absolutely buy. I don't care. You know, the reputation of this line to me is not a good one. I'm not going to blind buy this at full retail. I'm not going to purchase it at full retail. I am going to wait till this one gets to discounters, unless the reviews on this are absolutely stunning. So as far as what I'm rating this one, and I'm going to do a thumbs up, thumbs down, any side saying, you know, basically down means I'm not interested. This, I'm going to check it out. And this is blind buy worthy. I think, I don't even care. The note breakdown and the nose behind it, or the brand, the reputation of the brand. If it's a flanker of another fragrance that I absolutely love, I'm going to blind buy it. I don't care. I don't have to sniff it. I want it for the collection. This one right here, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but this is a side. This is one that I'm going to be on the waiting. Wanted to see this thing released. I want to see some reviews. I want to see what this has to offer. It might be the first one that I might be a little excited. The note breakdown excites me here. But I know that's not all that there is in this fragrance. So we'll see. And I can't wait to see the reviews on Invictus Elixir. So next, as you can see, there's a Tom Ford in front of me. We're going to hold off on that. We're going to start talking about a Carolina Herrera release called Bad Boy Extreme. So this is, of course, from their top seller, men's staple lineup right now, Bad Boy. This extreme version. And again, talking about tacky bottles, this is another tacky bottle. Another line that I have zero interest in personally. I actually own none of that line, the Bad Boy line. I own multiple Herreras. If you want a really good Herrera, check out their Confidential line. There's some great fragrances in that line. The Herrera is a line that is okay. I never was blown away in regards to their men's line. But let's take a look at this new flanker, and let's take a look at the notes. I do have the noses behind this one. So Jan Vassier, Louise Turner, and Quentin Bish. Some well-known names here, but we got 3 parfumiers, which usually when you have more than one, that means something's going wrong, or they're adding certain things. So I like that they're, you know, giving love to all 3 that worked on it. The notes on this one is I think a full note breakdown: patchouli, vetiver, clary sage, incense, cacao. Oh, there's a good note. Plum, there's another one. Olibanum, okay, there's incense. Opopanax, labdanum, tonka, bergamot, divana, and ginger. So we have, and well, what can I say about this one? Just like Invictus Elixir, hate the bottle, hate the branding. You can see that they use a lot of money as far as Invictus and Bad Boy. They're going to use a lot of money on the packaging, the bottle, the marketing, and all that. But what about the juice inside? And that's the issue here. Never wanted to really sniff that original one. I don't know. That's the reason why I ignored the line. The note breakdown, there is some things that are interesting me, or interesting to me. Plum, cacao, divana, among others, are really interesting notes. Depending on which notes are more dominant in this particular fragrance, this could be a hit. This could be one that I would like to add to my collection. I am interested just because some of these notes are interesting. It might be the first of the line that I sniff. I haven't sniffed any of these bad boys. Not blind buy worthy, definitely not for me, nor full retail. Full retail, these are actually pretty expensive. The last time I looked at a bad boy fragrance, they were over $100 Canadian, 115, 120. So they were pretty expensive. But the interest is there on this one, which may, may surprise my diehards that they're like, what? And again, like I said, I'm not going to judge it so hard, especially if you got a note breakdown like this. You do have some good noses that are attached to this one, so this one's going to get a thumbs side here. That, I'm going to give it a try and see how this one is. So moving on is Tom Ford. Tom Ford is they release fragrances and discontinue fragrances at a hot pace. Of course, I got my Beautiful Lost Cherry here in front of me, and there's a reason for that. They are releasing 2 more of this line, so it's actually a line now. This was so successful that they decided to make a line out of it. This is where Tom Ford, they do things like this, and usually once it gets to a line, then they start discontinuing some of the fragrance in the line. It always happens to them. They release like 3 or 4, see which ones are the top sellers. They may just discontinue the whole line in a few years, or a few of them. So Cherry Smoke is the first one I want to talk about because that's the one that I'm interested in. This is by far, Cherry Smoke is by far the one I'm looking forward to in this list as far as the fragrances I have in front of me. Already I see that the bottles are trickling through. They have been released. People are getting their hands on them. Expensive, yes. Blind buy worthy, yeah. I think just because of the name and the note breakdown, I'm definitely buying this one without a need to sample. I loved Lost Cherry. I love this fragrance. It's one of my favorites from Tom Ford. And from what I see in the note breakdown, this could be a more masculine counterpart. So let's take a look at the notes. And we have cherry, saffron, osmanthus, apricot, olive, leather, smoked wood accord, which is cypriol oil. My thoughts are, well, if this is a more masculine, cypriol laden, smoky cherry scent, I'm sold. That's all I need. I just want, now that you dangled the carrot, naming it Cherry Smoke, and the bottle looks beautiful, I'm sold. The one thing that is actually even making me more interested is there's 2 notes there that really don't fit in, I guess, as far as the note breakdown. Olive and apricot, and I'm like, what are those doing in this release? Now, osmanthus too. So I'm really interested in seeing where this fragrance is going to go. We'll see, but this one's a buy. So this one's a thumbs up. Right now, Cherry Smoke, again, beyond the reviews are coming out. I haven't watched any reviews, but I really am interested in this Cherry Smoke. Not only did they give us one more cherry flanker, or let's not call it a flanker, a standalone fragrance in a line, they gave us 2 Cherry Electric. And say hello to my L'Art et la Matière line. I'm a missing Spiritueuse du Vanille, but I love that line, and that means there's a new release to this line. I know I got the old bottles, not the new ones, but let's get into Cherry Electric from Tom Ford. So let's finish that up. So they gave us 2 cherries. Let's take a look at the note breakdown on Cherry Electric, which is cherry, ginger, jasmine, ambrette, pink pepper, and musk. So my thoughts are, this seems like the least interesting of the bunch. There's nothing here that screams buy me, to be honest. Lost Cherry's breakdown seemed more interesting than this one. Cherry Smoke's note breakdown has the best note breakdown of the 3. But I'm going to give it a sniff because I'm probably going to get Cherry Smoke, and then I might just have to get the 3rd one. But I'm going to give it a sniff, but I'm in no hurry of buying this Cherry Electric from Tom Ford. So I'm going to give that one this. Because Cherry Smoke has my full attention. This one's more into the background. Let's move on to a new Guerlain release called Jasmin Bonheur. This is another L'Art et la Matière is joining this huge line. They've just completely, basically changed the L'Art et la Matière line that used to be all these kind of gourmandish vanilla-based releases. Really interesting florals too. And they've just mishmashed it with a whole bunch of others. So it's almost like their only upper echelon line. That's what they're really looking at. This one is a jasmine-based scent. This one, of course, the nose is Delphin Gelk. The notes are apricot, iris, rose, jasmine, several kinds of jasmine, including Indian, Calabrian, and French. So that's interesting. I'm not a huge jasmine type of guy. I like it, but I'm not in love with it. I do want to sniff this one out, but it's not blind buy worthy to me. But it could be very interesting and beautiful knowing the brand of Guerlain and of course the nose behind it. I'm intrigued with all kinds of jasmines in here. It'd be interesting. I think it would be a beautiful release. But is it worth the price? So that's where it goes to a thumbs on the side here. I'm in no hurry of trying Jasmin Bonheur, but it might be a really good release from the brand. Moving on to a Hugo Boss scent, which is Hugo Boss The Scent Magnetic, which is an EDP release. So the notes, Maninka fruit, Bran Absolute, and a black vanilla extract. So that's the only notes that are released. I'm sure there's more to it. Interesting brand absolute. That's an interesting note in this fragrance. I really do want to start delving into this scent lineup. I don't own any. That's why there's no bottles in front of me. The scent brand, could this be the first one I'm going to sniff out? Most likely not. I really do want to delve into it. I think they are up my speed, but I'm in no hurry to purchase this one or smell it. I may blind buy it with a few of their earlier releases, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to go back in time and try out more of these, or start smelling these Boss the Scent. I just started buying more Boss bottled fragrances because that's my favorite from Hugo Boss. But I'm hearing a lot of great things from the scent branding, so I want to start collecting those older ones. So at this point, this one, even though it has some interesting notes, I think I'm going to go like this. I'm not going to be, you're not going to see too many of these. Like I said, I think that this one has an interesting note breakdown that it could be a very good scent. Now let's talk about Givenchy and their Gentleman line. There is going to be a new release called Gentleman Society. So this one, always exciting to Givenchy, is a brand that kind of goes under the radar, but their Gentleman series is getting a lot of love in the community. So I can't wait to see. They're doing some great things with the Notavirus. They're just piggybacking on what Ziad created in the men's line, and they're doing a great thing. The notes on this one, Gentleman Society, were sage, vetiver, and cedar. I didn't find, I did see this morning that there was a new note breakdown, a more comprehensive one, but I don't have it on my list, so I'm going to go through that. My thoughts is that this might be a classier scent, perhaps for older gentlemen. From what I see, the note breakdown was only sage, vetiver, and cedar, so a woody scent. Some herbal touches. So the notes that I saw didn't tell me much. I may get this one, but I'll wait until others do to see what this scent is all about. My excitement level is fairly okay. There's nothing crazy here. So I'm going to go like this right now. Off the strength of the brand and their line, I think it'll be a solid release, but is it going to be my taste? Next is from the Angel lineup from Mugler. And this is, I have my original Angel right here. I'm a fan of Angel. So here we go with the brands with their non-creative bones here. Naming a fragrance with the Elixir flanker. See, we already got 2 in January. This is a woody floral gourmand scent from Mugler. Let's take a look at the notes. Pink pepper, sandalwood, ylang ylang, jasmine, orange blossom, amber, and bourbon vanilla. So I don't know about this one, honestly. Again, their parent company loves to spend a lot of money on fancy bottles, great marketing. You'll see the marketing on this one. It's great. It seems like a cash grab to me with the Elixir name, the advertising. It feels like they spent all their money on that. Again, I'm not going to poo-poo them yet. I just want to see what's inside the bottle before judging it too harshly. There is some interesting notes in this note breakdown, but nothing that screams out to me. But I like testing out these Angel releases. So my thumbs up, side, or down is going to be like this for this one. I'm going to see what the reviews say, but I only have the original. I'd like to delve more into this Angel branding. Now we're going to finish up this video with a couple Amouages and one Hugo Boss. Totally different creative direction here with these two brands, but let's take a look at Amouage. Amouage is, I didn't bring out all my bottles. My Amouage collection is that way, and it's huge. It would fill up this whole thing, so I'm not going to bring it out. I'm sure you know about the brand of Amouage, and you're a follower of mine. You know I absolutely love this brand. I used to love the old creative direction, but let's take a look at this one. It's called Search. This is the first one of, they released 4 altogether. It seems to me the brand of Amouage releases too many sets. I can't even keep up anymore. They're releasing them in groups of like 4 now. So the creative direction of the brand is getting, I don't know if it's getting more mainstream. I just feel like they're not taking the time anymore of each release. I felt like Christopher Chong took his time, creative direction was there, and it was absolutely stunning every time. I'm not saying they're not anymore, but I feel like it's going in a place that I don't want it to go more mainstream. Now the notes on Search are lemon, lime, mandarin, incense, black pepper, elemi, cade, vetiver, and gaiac wood. So already you sold me with the words Cade and incense. This may be back to the old school, rough and tumble, really dark amouages. If it emphasizes on these two notes alone, this one may get scooped up early. And I'm really slow in scooping up my amouages recently just because they're releasing so much. But this one's going to be thumbs up for search. Cade oil, incense, that's right up my alley. Now the next one is Purpose by Amouage. This one has a note breakdown of bergamot, pink pepper, incense, pimento, rose, vetiver, sandalwood, papyrus, saffron, suede, and akigala wood. I like Search's note breakdown much more than Purpose. I see pimento there. That's an interesting note. Of course, it's got the incense that I absolutely love Amouage's incense, so we'll see how that goes. But if I had to choose one, I think Search would be the one that I would blind buy off the note breakdown alone. They may both be winners, but the track record of this brand is very good, and that's one thing that I have to say. As far as Purpose goes, I'm going to go like this. You know, I may just get a sample of that one. Search, I'm just going to wait for Search. Maybe see if there's a couple really good reviews, and if some say, hey, this is way too smoky because of the Cade, blah, 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 I'm buying it. That's a thumbs up. Search. For Purpose, it's going to be Hugo Boss. Last but not least, well, yeah, Hugo Jeans. Another flanker to the original 1995 hit, which was called Hugo. A lot of people love that one, still love that one. I have Hugo and I have a couple flankers of it, but I was never really a fan of it, even in the 90s. They have flankers like Extreme, Ice, just different, Hugo Now, Hugo Red, Hugo Reversed, Hugo Urban Journey. They got tons of flankers. It's one of their top sellers, so you'll see that it's flankered up. The notes on Hugo Jeans is grapefruit, peppermint. That's a good note. Juniper berries, lime, sandalwood, cedar, and vetiver. So my thoughts are, the one note that stood out, and as you can see, is the peppermint. I'm a huge fan of minty scents. I think that's the only thing that would really save this to me. Would be either it's going to be a huge, you know, if the mint is nicely done, well done, and it's amplified in this release, this could be a buy for me. If not, and most likely not, it's going to be a big flop for the brand, and it's going to get discontinued as fast as it came out. I'm not a fan of the name of it. I know Hugo Jeans, they're branding it as part of their jeans line. But for me, my thoughts for this one will be this. You're going to have to sell me on this one. I'm probably not going to be checking it out unless there's really good reviews on it. So at the end of the day, that's the list for now that I chose for January 2023. Again, from the initial part of the video, please let me know in the comments if you're interested in these kind of lists, just letting you know my initial thoughts of these releases on note breakdown alone, and of course, all the things incorporated. What are your thoughts on this list? Is there some that you absolutely want? You can put that in the comments. Some that are snoozers. Which ones you think you're going to be buying or not. I'd love to see that in the comments below. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.